Look, how y'all gonna tell me, right? How y'all gonna tell me, bro? This guy is the most. uh, You know what? I can't even say anything about this guy. I don't know. He just looks funny to me. But um um like y'all can't tell me, right, with the amount of things that are coming out right now, all these this information, all of these information about, the things of the world that we are finding out about right now. You mean to tell me right here? You mean to tell me right here, this guy right here? you, you couldn't believe anything any of these people say. You know what I mean? The only person that has brought anything to light to drain these evil doers is President Trump. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Don't you guys see it? Like, if it wasn't for President Trump, you would never had these files. You would never had these files. We would keep going as we were, right? You know what I mean? We will keep going as we were, not knowing the amount of BS that goes down behind the scenes. He goes, Donald Trump in the Epstein files thousands of times, including highly disturbing allegations against him, right? And then he encourages all the news outlet journalists to go do the investigation. This guy, right? And then he uses like the words like graping, you know what I mean? Uh, unaliving, right? And then he tried to tie that all to Trump, right? You know what I mean? Obviously, he used the word allegations, right? Obviously, he's using it, in the frame of the Epstein files, right? But if this guy was so sure about his facts, he needs to present the burden of proof. You feel me? Like, where are his receipts to prove that his allegations of, you know, like, no one else needs to do his work for him. You know what I mean? Like, literally, Trump, you know what I mean? And his team is putting out a whole lot of work behind the scene to put this stuff out. You know what I mean? When, when, uh, what do you call it? What do you call it? Biden and Harris had hung onto it for 4 years. For 4 years, right? You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's the biggest thing ever against Trump. You know what I mean? Like, yo, all I'm saying is Trump is doing some miraculous things right now, right? Did you see the amount of evidences against former presidents? Actual evidences. You know what I mean? And actual evidences linking other people, the former presidents, right, while working under their stewardship. Like, you know what I mean? And some people act like they don't know anything about it, and there's a reason why, right? They're all part of the same issue. You know what I mean? So if this guy is not linked to any of that stuff, because if he is, he wouldn't be like, he wouldn't be like, oh, like, okay, so, okay, maybe he's like, oh, they can't catch me. I didn't do that. Okay, that could be true, right? He's like, he's like, he's like the baby in the innocent guy that, whatever, right? Like all these new congressional people just got on board, right? Thing is, they just got on board. You know what I mean? They just got on board. You know, like all these recent Congress people, representatives, and whatever, right? They just got their ticket onto you know the playground. You know what I mean? They're over here trying to like you know be in the limelight, right? Like getting on podcasts, saying a whole bunch of stuff, right? Against people they don't even know, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Talking all this mess just because, you know, their policies aren't aligned. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you're gay, you're not going to be aligned with no conservative family values. You know what I mean? Like, it's obvious. You know what I mean? Like, so, but then you're going to come at people like they're your enemies when you don't even know them. You know what I mean? Like, I would name names, but I don't want to be uh, you know the guy that people point to when it comes to like, oh, this guy said this about that person or whatever. Right? All I know is this. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Trump, we would never had all this stuff come out the way it came out. You know what I mean? The way it came out. Think about it. The way it came out, you think it's, you know, this ain't no flowers and dandelions the way it came out. This is straight up vomit. You feel me? Like, Pandora's box is just straight up like flies, bro. Just nasty. Nasty. Y'all Democrats is nasty. And everybody else that's involved, right? Um, you know what I mean? Like I can only begin to imagine. I'm gonna just let it unfold. You know what I mean? Let the internet do its thing. Sort everything out. That's what they do, right? And then we'll get back to the basics after that. But all right, y'all. Have a good night. Peace.